Thanks for coming today, and thanks for the folks at Kadima for having me. I am here as sort of an avatar or an everyman for people in the audience. I think that there are at least a good mix of entrepreneurs and investors. Entrepreneurs mostly maybe down here, investors are up there somewhere, and at some point, hopefully everyone mixes. I am going to give a little bit of a chat about things that I've gone through in my career as an operator and investor, but pretty much everything that I'm here to talk about is focused on a very simple concept, which is trust. And I think you're going to see that coming up over and over as I sort of go through the different parts of my career and bring you up to where I am now. And that'll lead us up to the next piece that we're about to talk about, which is much more about, disruptive, blockchain, legal, important ideas. So I am almost 50 now. I'm getting on in years, and I've been doing this for 25 years. The beginning of my career was around basically running companies. I ran 2 companies that were really successful in Web 1.0 at the birth of Silicon Alley in New York. Anyone here from New York? Whoa. So people know Silicon Alley then, thank goodness. Outside of New York, no one seems to know what Silicon Alley is. And I was really successful with those 2, and I had a real sort of fall-on-your-face failure with my 3rd company. My big concept that I want to sort of weave throughout and keep coming back to, my recurring theme, is about trust. So from that chapter of my career, my big takeaway is trust the right people and good things will happen, mostly. Trust the wrong people and really, really bad things happen to you, your money, other people's money, all sorts of bad things. So chapter 1 came to an end right around 9/11. I'm a 9/11 refugee. I left New York and went to Colorado, so I'm somewhat familiar with this part of the country. I started my investment training in Colorado as a founding partner of a pretty big fund, $140, $150 million fund, and started learning the later stage investment game and basically how to get money to the right people at the right time with the right plan and hopefully create wealth for a lot of people. Mostly good, mostly successful at that. Now my trust takeaway from that chapter in my life is all about something a mentor of mine said to me that I'm always sort of excited to repeat and share with people. He basically told me as I was learning the investment game, trust everyone, open heart, open mind, yada, 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 but always cut the cards. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. So there's a process, there's a discipline, there's a diagnostic, an analysis, and no matter who it is that you're doing business with, who it is that you're allocating your trust or your money to or what have you, you need to stick with the process and try to do the best that you can. Trust everyone, but always cut the cards. Pretty good advice, and it's lasted a long time for me. I had a pretty good run after about 6 or 7 years, and fast forward to 2008, 2009. I'm leaving Colorado, going back to my home state, New York, and thinking about the next chapter of my career. I'm sort of semi-retired and trying to lose some of that nervous startup energy that I've always had in my life. And I come across an opportunity to buy an old industry company that is in the, I kid you not, women's apparel industry, which is something I obviously know very little about. And just was during the process of deciding, spent a lot of time with the founder who was looking for a business partner, and got to know her very well. I did what I would consider bird dogging. I sort of followed her around, talking to stores and talking to wholesalers and talking to customers, and it was all very enlightening to me. I'm not sure how much I learned about the apparel industry because I still dress like an East Coast yuppie, but one of the things she said to me is probably the next big chapter in my journey as far as like learning more about trust. And she said to me, and this is a good one, I asked her, why do women love your brand? Why do women love your clothes? Why do women buy them in multiples? They don't buy 1 at a time, they buy 6 and 7 at a time. She says to me, I think everyone needs a place to put their love. And for the first little while, it kind of went right over my head, and I was like, holy smoke. That's pretty much the definition of brand, and what it means to create a great brand and to have like a long-term brand relationship with customers. I come back to that one constantly in my life, a place to put your love, a place to put your trust. So I'm moving forward a little bit. I'm back in New York, and it's roughly 2009, 2010. It's the birth of Kadima.Ventures Partners, my latest investment fund, and that's pretty generic, an early stage investment group, and we look for deals that are post-seed, pre-Series A, and we put in money and we basically do growth hacking, right? So fast forward another little bit, and I'm now basically working with a very big, world-renowned event management company, and we set up a second fund. And that fund is focused on, the company I'm working with is the producer of a little thing called New York Fashion Week. And so they know their stuff. They know how to put events together. They know how to make everyone feel good. They know how to create these memorable, shareable moments, like these epiphanies on demand at events. And so we're investing in a very specific thing. And that brings me up to where I'm at now, which is very much a student of how to build trust, create trust, how to monetize trust, and how to distribute trust. And in the moment that we are right now, we have this massively disruptive opportunity with something called blockchain and tokens and ICOs. And there is so much myth and misconception and mistrust about it. When Tim and Stacy and the good folks at Kadima asked me to do this, I figured it was time to have an open heart, open mind about this and try to learn as much as I could about blockchain. And they've put together an amazing video, which you're going to see very soon. And I think that the opportunity to learn together is part of what I share with everyone here. I want to learn as much as I can about it as a former entrepreneur and serial operator, and I want to learn as much as I can from the standpoint of an investor who's at this point suffering from a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. So thank you. Thank you to the Kadima folks for having me. I'm easy to talk to. Hopefully you see that. So come find me during the day. I'm here all day. I love to hear people's individual journeys and individual stories. So thank you.